Hey, everybody, this is Carl White, broadcasting from the secret headquarters here at the Mortgage Market Analyst / Freedom Club. And well, you know where you're at. You're listening to Loan Officer Freedom, #1 podcast in the world today for loan officers. All right, so I'm flying solo here, and this is going to be another one of my short episodes. I was out riding my bicycle this morning, and I was reminded of something that I think is a pretty important message to give you. So I'm going to do that. So a buddy of mine, Frank, his name is Frank, kind of threw a glass of cold water, figuratively speaking, in my face some time back, and to kind of help bring me back to my senses. And it really helped me out. So I thought I'd share it with you here today. What Frank told me is, he said, Carl, you don't have to remove all of your flaws and insecurities in order to succeed. You just have to accept them and move forward anyway, right? See, when I became a loan officer, I mean, I literally had major doubts of whether it was going to work out, right? And I knew very little about loans, actually nothing when I started, and I guess just like everybody else. And I knew just enough to pass a test. And really, I'd never done any sales work at all before. And oh, by the way, I'm a major introvert. There's a surprise. A lot of people don't know that, but I'm definitely an introverted personality. I'm easily distracted and certainly somewhat technology challenged. And boy, that sounds like a recipe for success, right? Like hardly. But here's what I did have and always have had is take action now. I've always been really known for taking fast action, or more accurately said, take imperfect action right now. Take imperfect action right now. See, here's what I've always done is find out what successful people are doing, and then I simply do what they tell me to do, or do what they show me to do, or do what they're doing. Even if I'm afraid, even if I'm unsure, even if, just fill in the blank. See, what most people live in what I call the if-then world. And what that sounds like is, if I knew what to say, then I would call that real estate agent. If I had the lowest rate, then I would get more loans. If I had more loans, then I would get more help. It just doesn't really work that way. See, if there's somewhere in your life where you're doubting yourself, I hope today's story helps you remember that it's totally normal, even to be expected, to you're never going to feel 100% ready or certain, or certainly I never have, right? Like ever. And whatever and I'm using air quotes here, next step is for you right now, you're probably far more ready for it than what you realize. Let me say it again. Whatever the next step is for you right now, you're probably far more ready for it than what you realize. So feel the fear and do it anyway. That's the title of a book I read some years back. The book was just okay, but the title, fantastic. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Here's the thing that I found. When I start something, I always think, well, I'm working through 3 versions of it, 3 versions. And version 1, when I do something, my first version of that action, whether it's calling referral partners or doing presentations or going to real estate offices or social media marketing, a podcast, whatever that thing is, right? The only purpose of my first version, it's not to be good, great, or even okay. It's strictly to get version 1 done. And the job of version 1 is to get me to version 2. That's it. I'm not expecting any results. I'm not expecting anything. The only thing I'm expecting is version 1 to get me to version 2. Now, same thing with version 2. The only purpose of version 2 is to get me to version 3. And then on version 3 of that thing, that's when I'm starting expecting results. I don't expect results on the version 1 or version 2. It's version 3 is where I see my results and my success. And so I'm going to really encourage you, let's just get started, get something going here. If you're wanting to get new referral partners, get more loans in, let's just get started. Let's get that version 1 up and going. And again, the purpose of version 1 is to get us to version 2. The purpose of version 2 is to get us to version 3. Version 3 is where we see the results of what we're doing, right? That's it. And as long as you keep that in mind, it takes all that pressure off of, it's got to be perfect for the first time. Like, there is no perfect, right? We all know that there is no perfect. So, so that's really it. So, hey, if you, when you're ready and you need some help structuring like what to do next, or even what to do first, right? I know I was at that level. I don't even know what the next what do I do first? Or maybe the next step is like what to say to who to get more loans coming in. Feel free to reach out to us here, and I'll totally hook you up. So just go to freedomclubdemo.com, freedomclubdemo.com, and I'll hook you up, and we'll schedule a one-on-one Zoom call with you, and go over, you know, what you're working on, and look to see what little small tweaks we can do to make what you're working on even better. And we can help you with that loan getting activity. You know, I'm constantly reminded, my dear friend Brady Webb brought out the point that last year our biggest challenge was, or actually, was it Brady or Race Robinson? I think it was Race Robinson. Last year, our issue was capacity. This year, it's prospecting. And we're really good at that, and we'd love to help you do that. So freedomclubdemo.com, no charge. Appreciate you guys. Anybody you think is hesitating, do anything you want to forward in this episode, I'd appreciate it. And I promise you they would too. So appreciate it. Thank you. And we'll talk to you when you call in.